He's here to make Britain great again.
You see Ralphie? Ralphie,
How's it going, man? Come shake hands and go coffee.
That's right.
Good to see
Oh, I
you.
got on this.
What are you saying?
The evidence.
Well, yeah. Whether or not it's good evidence, I don't know. So I'm here at Speaker's Corner, and I'm just reading something which I found quite interesting. I don't know if it's true, but I'm going to find out later and do some research. So I'll read you the first couple of pages of this document, all about Africa, or Alkebulan. There's one particular viewpoint on Africa. The ancient name of Africa was Alkebulan. Alkebulan means mother of mankind, or Garden of Eden. Alkebulan is the oldest and the only word of indigenous origin, because according to this, it was used by the Moors, Israelites, Nubians, Numidians, Carthaginians, and Ethiopians. Egypt was considered part of Asia by the ancients, and first assigned to Africa by the geographer Ptolemy, 85 to 165 AD, who accepted Alexandria as prime meridian and made the Isthmus of Suez, the Red Sea, the boundary between Asia and Africa. So it used to be considered just another part of Asia, and then now it's okay. That's interesting. As Europeans came to understand the real extent of the continent, Now, when the Portuguese made contact with a 15th century Christian empire after rounding the Cape, they learnt of the Greek term Ethiopia, which meant land of the dark-skinned or burnt, and was used to refer to people who live in the land below the Sahara Desert. In the late 17th century, the name Africa is said to have been the new name given to Alkebulan because the Europeans, during their explorations, preferred Latin terms to others. Most of the names given to Africa, including Africa, were, however, used to refer to only a small part of Africa. The name Africa came into Western use through the Romans, who used the name Africa Terra, land of the Afri, or plural Afer. So Afer is singular, for the northern part of the continent as the province of Africa with its capital Carthage, corresponding to modern-day Tunisia. The historian Leo Africanus, 1495 to 1554, attributed the origin to the Greek word phrike, phrike meaning cold and horror. It's interesting, cold, you wouldn't think of that with Africa. Combined with the negating prefix a, so meaning land free of cold and horror. There you go, see? Africa, free, cold and horror. But the change of sound from the PH to the F in Greek is datable to about the 1st century. So this cannot really be the origin of the name. So that's just one theory. Now, the canal separates the bulk. I guess you're talking about the Suez Canal, but that wasn't always there. So I'm curious now about where it came from. I mean, the original division, yeah. The canal separates the bulk of Egypt from the Sinai Peninsula, right? It took 10 years to build and was officially opened on November 17th, 1869. I remember it was the French who built it, right? And the British were the French were very jealous once the British had built it.
And they didn't want to put it back.
They were very angry, yeah.
It was only when that was happening at that point. It was still colonial rivalry.
Yeah, there was a lot of colonial rivalry between France and Britain then, yeah, on that particular point. As the Suez Canal neared completion in 1869, French sculptor Frédéric Auguste Bartholdi tried to convince Ferdinand de Lesseps and the Egyptian government to let him build a sculpture called Egypt Bringing Light to Asia as its Mediterranean entrance. Now, I'm not going to keep reading because that's, I think, enough for you to digest and have a look at. But come to Speaker's Corner, and if you'd like to chat more about this, maybe I'll have some research done for you and we can have a discussion about where does that word Africa come from? What does Africa mean to you? And yeah, have a good one.
There you go.
There you go, man. I didn't want to read all of it.